Hi everybody, I'm Bill Sanders and this is Watch Art Side, the art and science of watch collection. Today what I'd like to do is to take a look at three collaborations, and this is when two different companies collaborate to create a single watch. And so we'll get started right away. Now the first one is by Massena Lab and Raul Pagès. Raul Pagès is a independent watchmaker. He's a member of the AHCI. He's really one of the elite watchmakers. Most of his watches will sell north of $50,000, if not north of 75,000. On the other hand, Massena Labs, they're more of a design company. And what they've done here is that they have collaborated with Raul Pagès, and they came out with their caliber 6600, which is they take that as Massena Labs' first actual movement. Now, one can argue about, well, they used the gear train from a Valjoux 7750, an ETA 7750, and yet the rest of the movement that they created with their own people, plus Raul Pagès, a major person to contribute to the creation of a movement. 4 hertz, 28,800 semi-oscillation per hour, hand wound, 60-hour reserve. Now the important thing about 60 hours reserve, if you go take a look at the movements, the ETA 7750, I think it only has 42 hours. So they did something to change that. So I would say yes. I'm sure that there are other companies that may have used a similar, or if not the identical, gear train and didn't happen to mention it. But this one, they didn't mention it either, but it did come out. And so you end up with an interesting one. But the big thing about it is that the price, it comes at a very affordable price, relatively speaking, to anything by Raul Pagès. It's $88.75. They have it set up as a 2,500 reserve. You send that in, and you're on the list to get a watch. They also have a picture of their movement and on the back of the watch, and pretty much, I mean, it's a fairly simple watch movement, but doesn't mean it's not a good one. And so anyway, it's a very interesting one, I'll put it that way. The design of the watch has this simple, really nice looking kind of stuff that Raul Pagès is known for, but Massena is, when it comes to design, pretty good too. I would change the strap. Okay, moving right along. The next one is the Endeavor Cylindrical Tourbillon by H. Moser and MB&F. MB&F is Maximilien Moser and Friends. That's what the F is for. Now this one looks a lot like exactly what it is. See, you look at that thing, boy, that looks a lot like an H. Moser, and then you turn it on the side and see the way it's set up, and boy, that looks like an MB&F. And so it really, both of them working together. The movement is HMC 810, which is a H. Moser movement. And it's based on an H. Moser 341. Automatic 3 hertz, 72-hour reserve, and it's got a cylindrical hairspring. Most hairsprings, as you know, are flat. This is a cylindrical one along with a tourbillon. What a watch. I don't have 79,000 Swiss francs, which is probably $85,000 for a watch, but it's a nice thing. Sort of an interesting aside on this watch. The friendship between Edouard Mélon, of the CEO of H. Moser, and Maximilien Moser, who's the head of MB&F, they got a friendship that goes back 10 years. Now, the reason for it is that MB&F has been working with Precision Engineering AG for over 10 years. And the company that is owned by Edward Melon's family also owns Precision Engineering. So it's sort of a family thing. That's a really cool watch. It is an expensive one, though. And it's no longer available, but sort of an interesting story about a collaboration. Okay, the final one is the Dumoreau DM02, and it's Perpetual edition. Now, what that means is that it's a special edition that was made for Perpetual Gallery, and what Perpetual Gallery will do in Dubai will sell this watch for Dumoreau, and the price, 6,333 AED, is around 1725 US dollars right now. So it hasn't been jacked up the price or anything, but it's makes it available, and it's good for the Perpetual Gallery because they have a watch that they have the whole watch and they have it in the Eastern Arabic numbers rather than the regular Arabic numbers, or what we consider regular Arabic numbers. So it's worked together. Carlo Aleo, who is the guy who has it, very talented guy. He did the design on the dial, and then he has the case made for him and the hands and so forth, but is taken it from sort of taking a micro brand, but doing more with it than just saying, okay, this is what it's going to be. There are a lot of different ways you could deal with that with collaborations. Okay, those are the 3 collaborations. I'd be very interested to hear what you say. And other collaborations, you might say, what about this one too? Let me know. This is an opportunity to subscribe if you like. And until next time, this is Bill Sanders for Wash Art Side, the art and science of watch collection.